morning students, Saira. Today we shall proceed with part 2 of our lesson number 10, Changing Life. Part 1 we have done in our online session, and in that we have learnt about the different languages, how new inventions, new technology, westernization, modernization have brought about new changes in different fields. So we could see that the languages also were changed accordingly. The regional languages were taken place by the common languages like Hindi, English, and also apart from that, in the sports field we have seen that new games came into existence, and then various games, they acquired the status at national and international level. So let's proceed with the next part of lesson number 10. Now we will be learning about theatres and films. So theatre and films are important aspects of Indian life. Of course, they are one of the entertainment source for all individuals. So early plays were very long, sometimes running through an entire night. Earlier, they were the plays, the dramas, they were played for a very longer period of time, and sometimes it would be entire night, overnight. Now the form, technique, duration of plays have all changed. So now we can see that the time limit and also the use of the technique of showing the plays has been changed accordingly. People from different walks of life take part in the dramas. So we can see people from different fields and different places, they take part in this drama. But musicals have now declined in importance, and political and social subjects have replaced the earlier mythological and historical themes. So previously, when the dramas used to be, as there was no other source for entertainment, people used to play the dramas in the villages as an entertainment source. And what would be the theme? It would be full of mythological and religious theme. In various places like the Konkan region and all, Dashavatari was being played. So accordingly, the mythological and religious themes were used, but then these themes were then later replaced, and the importance was given to political social issues. Like for example, just taken you as students, we conduct street plays related to various social issues, creating awareness like the ban of plastic and all. So accordingly, we create awareness amongst the society. The age of black and white movies has been succeeded by the age of colored movies. So previously, the screen would be black and white. The movies which were presented were black and white, and then it was replaced, was succeeded by the colored movies. In the field of entertainment, the place of Hindi movies is incomparable. Now movies reflect contemporary themes. Film shooting, locals have moved abroad. So there are so many changes, like the theme of the, or you can take the subject of the movie, the language that is used, and also you can see the film shootings. Like previously, there are local places who have been selected for the shoots, but now even abroad the shootings have done. So viewers can now see many different places in foreign countries. So because of these movies, we are not able to go out to see those foreign countries, but because of movies, now it is possible for us to know about the other foreign nations also. Then movies in foreign languages are now translated. So you must all be aware about the English movies, the South Indian movies been translated into Hindi or Marathi language, and vice versa. So even the foreign languages are being now translated into our local languages, so people are able to understand. During the screening of English movies, a short Hindi translation now appears on the screen as subtitles. So when you watch English movies on the television also, you can see that there is a Hindi translation of those dialogues has been given as subtitles. Hindi movies now compete with global movies as they have reached every nook and corner of the world. So of course, now Hindi movies have now they compete with the global movies, and as we have seen that Hindi movies have also reached to all the corners of the world. So we see a reflection of politics, social events, industry and technology in the movies. So there are various issues related to political issues, social issues are taken into consideration as a subject of the movie, right? So, movies which were 3 to 4 hours long are now of only 1 or 1.5 hours. So, previously, what would be the duration of the movies? Say about 3 to 4 hours. And now you get to see the movies, even the documentary films in a 1 or 1.5 hour or even half-hour movies. So, you can see that moreover, the concept of one screen and one cinema hall has given way to multiplexes. So previously there was one screen and one cinema hall was available, so wherein all the people would go to that place. But now we can see that one movie can be seen in multiplexes in many of the cinema halls. So this is the drastic change, the vast change that has taken place in the theaters and the movies. The days of a movie running for 100 weeks in one cinema hall are over. So one movie would run for 100 weeks in one cinema hall. But now you see that the same movie is run in hundreds of cinema halls. Now one movie runs in thousands of cinema halls in India and abroad simultaneously. So this development has changed the economy of movies. Production of movies has attained the status of industry, like it has attained a industrial sector now. It has attained the status of industry, a film industry, wherein different films are produced. So the industry now employs crores of people. So we can see that there are many people employed in this film industry in different fields. Okay, so the movie industry in regional languages is also thriving. So again, this is one of the industry which would again provide employment to the people all over the country. So this was what we have learnt about the development that had taken place in the theaters and the movie sectors. Now how about have newspapers helped? So the changing lifestyle has had its effect on newspapers and other mass media, and they in turn have influenced individual as well as community life. During early post-independence period, newspapers had multiple objectives. So, early post-independence period, we could find that there was a need of creating an awareness in the amongst the society, getting to know them about what is happening in their surrounding. Like this, various objectives were to be attained by the newspapers. But in this period, we find that the newspapers were expected not only to give the news of daily events, but also give impetus to industry and commerce by printing advertisement. So now when you see at the newspapers, it is not only you get an awareness about the social and the political happenings in the country, but also there are other things made available by means of advertisement, where you get to know about the job opportunities, where you get to know about the sale of houses, renting houses, and many other kinds of advertisement. Any new shop is open, or any new thing that is happening all around. So it could be known to the people by means of this printing advertisement. Now newspapers, they function with following objectives. Now what are the functions? Shape public opinion. Of course, newspapers help in shaping the public opinion now, wherein we are free to express our views related to various aspects happening in the society. It towards constructive work at times lead the later carry on the task of public education. So of course newspaper, they do the work of giving public education to the people. So now also at present you can see that we are just sitting at home because of this critical condition, but then with the help of newspapers, with the help of mass media, televisions and all, we get to know what is happening all around. Keep a watch over the government machinery. So we also get to know about what is happening in the political field, what are the steps taken by the government to solve various problems, and etc. Earlier newspapers were black and white. With the changing times, color printing became common. So previously the newspapers were only black and white, but now when you see, you will find many colorful pages, colorful printing in the newspapers. Now earlier newspapers were thought to be the mouthpieces of the taluka or district. Now the things happening in the talukas or the district, or any announcement to be made for the people, was done with the medium of newspapers. Now they have to face tough competition from the state level newspapers chain, but on the whole newspapers are now becoming more active. And so we find that newspapers are now but now at present situation, if we say that newspapers are of course there, but because of this new technology, the internet and all, people are more aware about the happenings all around. Now this scope has almost the newspaper has enlarged to include raising funds for drought affected and flood affected people. So with the help of newspapers, the news would be sent to the people, or people would be made aware about the situation in the areas affected by droughts or any natural calamities, and then accordingly help could also be provided by the people, helping meritorious students from lower income groups to go for higher education. So children who are good at education, who have acquired good marks in their board exams, but they are not financially good, so accordingly help also could be provided to these students by means of giving financial help for their higher education, and organizing or sponsoring cultural programs. So we also see people organizing cultural programs or sponsoring various cultural programs with the help of that whatever collection is done, that is been donated to any one of the institutions working for the society. This is how newspapers have become an inseparable part of our lives. Now this is how newspaper played an important role. Now what about television, children? But television came to India during the post-independence period. Earlier it was black and white. So of course the television at the post-independence time it was black and white, and now we find that it is colored. So earlier it was limited to selected programs and fixed time slots. So previously there was the DD National Channel, Doordarshan. So accordingly those fixed channels were there, and there were certain time limits for various programs, and that time slot people used to just sit in front of the TV and watch the like Chaya Geet, Chitra Geet. These are the old programs which used to function at that time. And so gradually its scope was enlarged to include educational programs, news bulletins, detailed reporting of the tours of the president and the prime minister. Later improvement came in the TV programs, and it started showing some educational programs and also news, what was happening all around. So news bulletins came, and then later also the tours of the presidents and the prime minister were known to the people sitting at home. During the telecast of Ramayana and Mahabharata, a majority of the people used to sit glued to the television set. Now this is really a good example at present in this situation also, that Ramayana serial, Mahabharata was also shown, but then the way people used to be very excited at that time, and that particular time every Sunday, or everybody used to finish off all the work and sit in front of the TV, so for watching Ramayana and Mahabharata. So these serials proved the popularity of this medium. Then in 1991, CNN channel showed to the entire world a live visual reporting. So it was in 1991, CNN channel, it showed a live visual reporting of what? The Iraq war. That was shown lively to the people. All this stage, the world of Indian news channels changed completely, and it was at this time that the world of news channel was changed completely, wherein people used to get live experience about what is happening even at the borders and even in the foreign countries. In 1998, Star, that is the Satellite Television Asia region, a private media house, entered India, and the uninteresting, monotonous and propagandist news telecast of the early period underwent a sea change. So now when the Star came in, a private media house had entered in India, and it brought about a drastic change in television, and wherein the old news channel or old the Doordarshan channel was left behind, and so it underwent a sea change. The language, the technique of presentation, studios equipped with latest technology, and the use of OB, that is outdoor broadcasting. So this was again a great change in the field of television mass media. Vans have expanded the scope of Indian TV channels still further and brought in transparency and variety. So there were various channels again came into existence, like how we have the CNN, Aaj Tak, then Z 24 Stars, and then also we have National Geography, historical channels. So various changes came in this field of television, and now every nook and corner of the country is connected, and so sitting at home we can just get a live experience of all the things happening all around. This has had a great impact on politics. In short, the whole country started changing. So it had a greater impact on politics, and in short it is telling us that the whole country had got a drastic change. So children, so far in our syllabus this year we have learnt about the modern history, wherein how new inventions, new technology came into existence. So here we end with our syllabus and our portion is over, and then we find in the next year we will be learning about how to practically implement all this in the practical world. Okay, so we shall stop here for the day. Thank you children.